I'm back. This is your main man, Mr. Can You Dig It? Baton Rouge Jamaica. And I'm back with a couple hot ticks of these motherfucking politics. Hit that motherfucking subscribe button, nigga. Oh, look, America. Donald Trump has fucked up the motherfucking economy. My motherfucking coffee, almost $12 motherfucking dollars. The motherfucking gas are $4 and something. Kick him in his motherfucking ass. Lock his...
And this morning, President Trump is also exempting a range of food imports from his reciprocal tariff policy. So the White House is now reporting that some of those items include coffee, tea, tropical fruits, fruit juices, cocoa, oranges, and tomatoes. The rollback comes amid nationwide complaints as high grocery prices, despite Trump's campaign pledge to lower prices. The White House said that the president had determined that certain agricultural products shall no longer be subject to the reciprocal tariffs.
A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. It'll also bring your grocery bill way down. I have more complaints on grocery. The word grocery, it's sort of simple word, but it sort of means like everything you eat. The stomach is speaking. It always does. And I have more complaints about that bacon and things going up, double, triple, quadruple. I haven't seen Cheerios in a long time. I'm going to take them back with me. Bacon is through the roof. They're all through the roof. The milk, everything is bad. And we're going to straighten it out. We're going to bring prices way down. And we'll get it done fast.
Now, Trump tells Time magazine that while he wants to make groceries cheaper, it's, quote, hard to bring things down once they're up. It's very hard.
Oh, look, America. Jeff Landry, the motherfucking Louisiana governor, you flatback redneck bitch. They need to lock your pussy ass up. Try to gerrymander the state. Put the handcuffs on that bitch. Lock his motherfucker.
I am endorsing your Attorney General, Jeff Landry, for governor. He's been a fantastic Attorney General. He wants to stop crime. He loves the people of Louisiana just like I do.
Jeff Landry, governor.
Oh, look, America. Jeff Landry, you flatback bitch. You part of the Epstein file. How the fuck you gonna be the ambassador to Greenland and the motherfucking governor of Louisiana? Put the handcuff on that flatback. Lock his motherfucker.
Well, Louisiana's governor getting a new role in the Trump administration. Governor Jeff Landry will now serve as a U.S. special envoy to Greenland. The president making that announcement on social media, saying in part, quote, Jeff understands how essential Greenland is to our national security and will strongly advance our country's interests. Governor Landry thanking the president, saying the mission is to make Greenland part of the U.S., going on to say this is a volunteer post and will not affect his position as governor. Now, the Prime Minister of Denmark weighing in on this, saying we have said it before, now we say it again. National borders and the sovereignty of states are rooted in international law, and that Greenland belongs to the Greenlanders, and the U.S. shall not take over that country. They go on to add in a statement emailed by Frederickson's office that they expect respect for our joint territorial integrity.
Oh, look, America. Jeff Landry's a fucking crook and a racist. And said Gotro, you been ripping the motherfucking community off since you been your fuck ass off in the sheriff department. Put the handcuffs on both of them motherfuckers. Lock they motherfucking...
Scramble in Louisiana to delay its May primaries is not an isolated administrative hiccup. It's a revealing moment in a broader shift in American political power. Coming immediately after a landmark ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court, the decision exposes how legal, political, and institutional forces are converging to reshape voting rights in a way that disproportionately protects white political dominance. At the center of this moment is the court's 6-3 ruling in Louisiana versus Calais, which sharply curtailed the reach of Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. For decades, Section 2 functioned as one of the most effective legal tools for challenging racial discrimination in voting, particularly in the drawing of congressional districts. Its power lay in recognizing that discrimination is often systemic rather than explicit, embedded in maps, not statements.
When we get a bad apple, all we can do is bite the bullet and go and do what we have to do. We have to deal with that individual and move on. What happens, though, is one officer or deputy infects all of us. I try to tell them that. I said, look, everybody has one of these. Everybody. kids, everybody. It takes pictures, it takes videos, and it records conversations. You should never have to worry about who's taking a picture or who's recording a conversation. You should always conduct yourself in a manner that no matter what was said or done, you're okay. You've done the right thing, you said the right thing. We've got all these internal mechanisms built into our system, and it's up to us to do this because, you know, who else polices the police? If we don't do it ourselves, it's not getting done. I mean, it's just not getting done.
Oh, look, America, Donald Trump sunk 2 motherfucking ducks. Jeff Landry and Mike Johnson out of Shreveport, Louisiana, you country son of a bitch, trying to gerrymander the maps and take our votes away. Lock they motherfucking ass up.
While outside the Capitol Friday, thunderstorms shook through the area. Inside, the clashes and tensions echoed just as loud. Protesters packed the hallway right outside the Senate hearing room where lawmakers debated drawing new congressional maps, voicing their opposition to the possible removal of a second minority district in the state.
Today is about democracy. Today is about whether or not minority voters will have representation in this state.
In the committee room, lawmakers debated 4 different bills, each with slightly different boundaries for Louisiana's 6 congressional districts. This debate follows the U.S. Supreme Court's decision last week to strike down Louisiana's current congressional map. The court ruling lawmakers could not draw maps based on race, but could it be based on party politics? That concerns protesters who worry the new map drawn in wake of the court's ruling could eliminate one of the state's 2 majority black districts.
Oh, look, America, Donald Trump sent 3 motherfuckers to fuck up this election and try to stop election. Look, America, Baton Rouge, America. Matter of fact, my motherfucking home, my motherfucking city. Can you motherfucking dig it, nigga? But check it out. We got 3 motherfuckers that Donald Trump sent down here to do this bullshit, to put their hands in the cookie jar. But I'm finna burn them some of my bitches on this bitch. But check this out. MAGA Mike Johnson out of Shreveport, Louisiana, the Speaker of the House for the Republican Party. You country son of a bitch. Steve Scalise, that's another senator that's in Washington that had his hand in this shit. And last but not least, that motherfucking Jeff Landry, you flatback, redneck, racist motherfucker. I can't wait till we lock your motherfucking ass up. You a duck for Donald Trump. How the fuck you gonna run and be the ambassador to motherfucking Greenland and be the motherfucking Louisiana governor? You are a crook. Fuck you, and I hope they hurry up. Put the handcuffs on that bitch. Spin his pussy.
Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise attended the homecoming game yesterday at his alma mater, LSU. Scalise also made an emotional homecoming this past week, returning to Capitol Hill 3 months after he was shot during a congressional baseball team practice. Norah O'Donnell sat down with the Republican House Whip for 60 Minutes.
It was just after 7 a.m. on June 14th at a ballpark in Alexandria, Virginia, when a team made up of Republican congressmen went from shagging balls to dodging bullets.
Has that guy been shot? Is he okay?
That guy was Congressman Steve Scalise. This cell phone video was among the first images of him that day. The last was him being wheeled on a gurney to a helicopter, clinging to life. He spent most of the next 4 days unconscious.
This is the kind of violence that we end up with when we engage in those kinds of policies. And I'm asking the legislature to go back and look at the laws. In fact, people that go into common places and decide to engage in that kind of violence, we should put them away for life. I'm done with them. It doesn't matter how old they are. Somebody has failed. It's not the government's job to raise these people. It's common sense not to go into a public space with a gun and start shooting around blindly. We got 18,000 acres at Angola. If it's up to me, I'd send them all there for the rest of their lives. Next.
Have handled mail-in balloting well. I think Florida is a good example of that. They don't allow fraud, and they have great systems. I was talking yesterday to Laurel Lee, one of our colleagues here in the House, and she used to help run elections in the state of Florida, and she talked about how many great processes they have in place to ensure that you don't have a lot of fraud. But that is not true in other parts of the country, and that is the concern, especially in a state like California, or states where they just send mail-in ballots to everyone for no reason whatsoever. It is a matter of common sense. It is an obvious thing that if you're mailing ballots out, inherently, it opens the door, at least the possibility of fraud. It's much easier to patrol that election integrity if you're making people come in person, show a photo ID, and prove who they are. Obviously, that's an obvious thing. It should not be a controversial notion. That's what the president's talking about. That's what we have talked about at long length. Some states do it a lot better than others, but...
Oh, look, America, how the fuck these summer bitches in Baton Rouge gonna fire the black chief of police just cause Sam Goldtrog got his fucking nasty, stank-ass hands in it, put the handcuffs on that summer bitch, lock his motherfucking ass.
It was chaotic.
To say the least. During Wednesday night's Metro Council meeting in which the Brave Cave was being discussed, things got explosive.
I've been quiet, but I'm not going to be quiet no more.
The usually carefully worded Chief Murphy Paul let loose and expressed his frustrations with the Metro Council after multiple members raised questions about his prior knowledge of the BRPD warehouse.
We're to believe that this just... No one within administration, no one had any idea it existed?
Accusations were hurled on both sides, and Paul did not hold back.
And some of y'all the problem.
I think Chief Paul owes the council an apology.
After asking Chief Paul to step down and let the FBI handle the investigation into the Brave Cave, Councilman Aaron Moak became the target of his and the crowd's ire.
Oh, look, America, Donald Trump is in cognitive decline and he's utterly deranged. He is in front of senior citizens telling the senior citizens he's not a senior citizen. He's fucked up, America. Lock his motherfucker.
So in addition to no tax on Social Security, over 51 million seniors now pay. Seniors are loving me, and I love them. Of course, I'm not a senior, so I cater to the seniors, but I don't happen to be a senior myself. Thank you very much. Over 51 million seniors now pay zero federal tax on Social Security income. 51 million.
Oh, look, America. Donald Trump said a speech today, he said it's treasonous if we criticize the war on Iran. Fuck you. I bet you won't carry your punk ass down the Strait of Hormuz. Put the handcuffs on that bitch. Look.
Just about as well in Iran, but I don't like talking about it until the jobs are finished. Let's not talk about anything until it gets finished. But think of it, their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their whole place is gone, and then we get people to say that we're not winning. We get the radical left to say we're not winning. They don't have any military left. It's unbelievable. It's actually, I believe it's treasonous. Okay, you want to know the truth? It's treasonous.
Breaking motherfucking news. Okay, America. Donald Trump is trying to sue my network, my producer's network, at the Midas Touch for defamation of character. Don't worry, America. We got, because my producer being he's a lawyer and a motherfucking historian. So we got that shit right. Okay, America. Donald Trump is trying to sue my network, little old me and the Midas Touch, for defamation. I tell you what. Look, Donald Trump. Fuck you. You son of a bitch. You a crook. You in the Epstein files, and they need to go ahead and lock your ass up. Now, put the handcuff on that bitch ass nigga Donald Trump. Spin his puss ass around. Drop his motherfucking pamper and get Don Jr. to it. Spin his ass and drop his shit too. Now lock the both of them motherfuckers up. Every last one of them motherfuckers.
FCC rules don't prohibit profanity on cable. And then another account said, what about rules on smacking someone on cable? And Brendan Carr goes, also not prohibited. So yes, Trump's FCC chair seems to be giving MAGA the green light to physically assault Midas touch hosts on cable TV when they are losing arguments. How else would you interpret him saying it's not prohibited to smack people on TV when the Post were encouraging Scott Jennings to do that while he was an unhinged lunatic losing a debate? So Jeffries told me everything is on the table legislatively to deal with the Supreme Court when Democrats take control of the House of Representatives, hopefully after the midterms. In the new Congress, we're going to have to do something about the Supreme Court. And let me be very clear, everything is on the table, Jeffrey says, to which Laura Ingraham put that on her show. And she goes, Senator Thune, take notes. They'll pack the court and abolish the filibuster. They're telling us this. And then Raphael Warnock was on my show as well, criticizing the Supreme Court for overturning Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which was passed on a bipartisan basis, Democrats and Republicans in 1965. And Laura Ingraham's like, apparently Warnock's not familiar with Marbury versus Madison, which
breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking motherfucking news. Okay. Shout out to my little partner and my little nephew, Adam Mockler, from the Midas, from going on CNN and flaming Scott Jennings' ass up. He know he's a fuckface right there. Congratulations from yours truly, your boy, Jamie Cosby. Out to Adam Mockler. Man, you's a gangster. Thank you. I'm going to talk to you later. But anyway, put the handcuffs on Scott Jennings. Spin his pussy ass around. Now kick him in his ass. Now go lock his motherfucking ass up. Now bring Donald Trump and his whole motherfucking administration up here. Spin they pussy ass around. Spin him again. Get jiggy with it. Now kick him in the ass. Now lock all the motherfuckers up in the White House and the motherfucking DOJ, because all the motherfuckers are crook. Every last one of you motherfuckers.
I mean, honestly, they have been at war with us for 47 years.
We all know that Scott Jennings is more than happy to defend a war with a country that starts with the letters IRA that we are currently failing, that is going to put us trillions and trillions of dollars more in debt. I was only a few years old while you were in the administration defending prior endless wars. Now this war is failing.
8 weeks is endless to you?
Okay, you said it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks.
You have the attention span of a gnat?
Homie, I debated you on TV 4 to 6 weeks ago and you said we were weeks away from it. Now you're making condescending remarks because you can't defend the fact that this war is not going your way. Wait, one more time.
Not going your way.
One political concession. Name one political concession.
Honestly, I'm not going to have this guy's
Everybody, hang tight.
Honestly.
Okay. No, everybody, calm down. Okay. We're having a debate. You can respond to the points that he's making.
Can you name a political concession that we've got?
We had a flashback to the war the skinheads had in my studio.
I would be.
Oh, look at me, Uncle. Scott Jennings from our CNN is a fucking redneck coward. You did that shit to my little homie, Adam Mockler, but I hope you do that shit to me if I ever go on CNN. Bitch, I'm gonna kick you dead in your ass and lock his motherfucker.
One more time.
Not going
Name one political concession. Name one political concession.
Honestly, I'm not going to have this guy's
everybody,
in my face.
Everybody, hang.
Oh, look at me, Uncle. What the fuck is Geraldo doing on CNN with Scott Jennings bootlicking Donald Trump? Geraldo, you is a fucking psycho. Donald Trump is deporting Mexicans all over the motherfucking West Coast. Now you on fucking CNN bootlicking Donald Trump. I knew you in there. I know your motherfucking ass in them Epstein files, you Luigi, the Nintendo head bitch. That nigga look just like motherfucking Mario Brothers. But anyway, turn his pussy ass around. Put the handcuffs on that bitch. Spin his ass around. Now go get Scott Jennings' pussy ass and bring his pussy ass up here and spin his ass with it. Now put the handcuffs on both of them son of bitches. Spin them again. Now lock both of they motherfucking ass up. Especially Geraldo, bitch, you a played out, fake, garbage Mexicans. All the Mexicans do not like your coward ass.
When Scott Jennings reminded the CNN panel of James Comey's own words, the panel had nothing to say except silence.
He seems to be kneecapping his own prosecutors here.
Well, look, that's the thing. There's a system, and the system includes grand juries and juries of ordinary Americans who get in a room and make decisions. He can't order people to be indicted, and he can't order people to be convicted. He can express his opinion. In the case of Comey, grand jurors in a very liberal jurisdiction got together and decided that the evidence did warrant charges. Comey will go to trial, and then a jury of his peers will decide whether he is guilty or not. The president can't do anything about that. He can make commentary on it. I'm not sure if it's wise or not wise to do that, or if it will matter at all. But ultimately, I'll just say what Jim Comey said when Donald Trump was indicted. It's a good day for the rule of law because we have a system, and the system is in place, and the system is working as it was designed, with average, ordinary Americans making decisions about how our laws will be enforced.
I hope you like it.
You pitched your book in front of the president and his cabinet in the Oval Office.
And he said,
does everybody here know Scott? He is like our best guy. He knows how to defend me on CNN without getting fired, which is no small talent.
Scott just sometimes gets it a little bit wrong, okay?
Oh, look, America. This shit is sickening. The whole fucking Trump administration is corrupt, and he got his motherfucking sons and his family just making billions and millions of dollars off the government. What the fuck is Eric Trump landing a $24 million Pentagon contract with some stupid-ass robots in the government? How the fuck do that happen? His sons get contracts. They get millions of dollars. Then he's selling Bitcoin. He's selling shoes. He's selling socks. He's selling steaks. He's selling hats. He's selling Bibles. What the fuck is wrong with us, America? Take note. Put the handcuffs on that son of a bitch. Turn his motherfucking ass around. Eric Trump, kick him in his ass. Now lock his motherfucking ass up. And he just lock the whole fucking Trump administration and his family up.
When it comes to great steaks, I've just raised the stakes. The Sharper Image is one of my favorite stores with fantastic products of all kinds. That's why I'm thrilled they agree with me. Trump steaks are the world's greatest steaks, and I mean that in every sense of the word. And the Sharper Image is the only store where you can buy them. Trump steaks are by far the best tasting, most flavorful beef you've ever had. Truly in a league of their own. Trump steaks are 5-star gourmet, quality that belong in a very, very select category of restaurant, and are certified Angus Beef Prime. There's nothing better than that.
This was the promise of Trump University when it launched, direct from the university chairman's own mouth.
At Trump University, we teach success. That's what it's all about, success. It's going to happen to you.
It operated from 2005 through 2010 and enrolled 10,000 students in real estate courses that range from free seminars up to $35,000 for advanced training and mentoring.
I think the biggest step towards success is going to be sign up at Trump University.
For a while, it was a business success. Trump University took in an estimated $40 million from people who believed they too could someday become successful.
Put proven Donald Trump secrets to work for you.
But it turns out not everything Donald Trump promises comes true, and not all of his businesses lead to success. Trump University is closed.
And it ended. Why did it end?
Well, the economy crashed.
Oh, look, America, Donald Trump is a fuck up. Man, Spirit Airlines have just shut down. Now they need a bailout plan because Donald Trump been stealing all the fucking money out of the government. Lock his motherfucking ass up. That's some of a bitch to
This morning, Spirit Airlines announced it's going out of business after 34 years. All flights have been canceled, and now thousands of employees are suddenly out of work. Last week, the Trump administration proposed a $500 million taxpayer bailout that reportedly would have given the government up to a 90% stake in the company. Yesterday, President Trump said his administration had made its final proposal. Ultimately, no deal could be reached.
Oh, look, America, Donald Trump war is fucking up everything. Spirit Airlines is saying they shutting down because Donald Trump is still at war with Iran and they can't afford the motherfucking gas. Put the handcuffs on Donald Trump punk ass. Lock his...
Right now, Spirit Airlines is close to a deal with the Trump administration for a $500 million rescue package. It would keep the airline afloat while it works to come out of bankruptcy. Spirit Airlines says elevated fuel costs have put them in the red, though they filed for bankruptcy in both 2024 and 2025. The deal still needs to be finalized, but sources say the government could end up owning up to 90% of the airline.
Oh! Look, America, Donald Trump is stupid. The bitch is just sick. This son of a bitch is blaming Joe Biden over Spirit Airlines closing down. This son of a bitch that lost his mind. He act like we stupid. Put the handcuffs on him. Lock his...
There was a proposed merger between JetBlue and Spirit. And Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg, along with the Biden DOJ, decided that they did not want that merger to take place. And at the time, the Biden and Buttigieg DOJ bragged and said, as they canceled the option for this merger, that this was a victory for U.S. travelers who deserve lower prices and better choices. And this today would indicate this is not better for travelers, this is not better for pricing, this is not better for competition. Actually, it's worse. We had an airline go down because the markets were trying to allow two airlines to merge, make them stronger, and offer more competition for the American consumer.
Oh, look, America, Donald Trump is running the largest Ponzi scheme in American motherfucking history. This son of a bitch that made over $6 billion motherfucking dollars since he been in there off the government. America, lock his motherfucking ass up. Him and
Trump steaks. Where are the steaks? Do we have steaks? Right. We have Trump steaks. He said the steak company, and we have Trump steaks. And by the way, if you want to take one, we'll charge you about, what, $50 a steak? Now, well, it's the largest winery on the East Coast. I own it 100%, no mortgage, no debt. You can all check. You have to go check the records, folks. In fact, the press, I'm asking you, please check, because you can see if there's any debt. It was the Kluge estate, John Kluge. He was the richest man in the United States. He died, and he built one of the great vineyards of all time. I mean, there is nothing like it. Close to 2,000 acres. It's in Charlottesville, Virginia, right next to the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. And we're very proud of it. We make the finest wine, as good a wine as you can get anywhere in the world. And I know the press is extremely honest, so I won't offer them any, but if they want, they can take a bottle of wine home.
lock his ass up. Put the handcuffs on him. And lock his motherfucking ass up.
We're screaming for peace. Now let's talk about Trump, the man painted in gold, tearing up the agreements, acting reckless and bold. Saints choking my people, couldn't get medicine in. Assassinated our general, and you cheer for the win. You preach about morals, put the word on his back, but check the flight logs on Epstein. Look at your tracks, hanging out with the monsters, turning a blind eye while you tweet from your mansion and let innocents die. Your policies crushed us, trying to starve us to death, but our end is still breathing. We still got our breath. It's not you, America. It's the ones who lead you. Listen to my heart.
Lock his ass up.
We're living in fear to the working class people trying to make ends meet. To the students protesting, marching out on the street. We are one and the same, just trying to survive, just trying to keep our cultures and our families alive. I see you standing for justice, fighting the system of hate. It's your corrupt politicians that is sealing our fate. I send love to the citizens from coast to coast. You're victims of the same machine that hurts us the most. So I wrote this track to try to bridge the divide, to lay down the weapons, to swallow the pride. We don't need another missile, no more tactical strikes. We need conversations on what the future looks like. My purpose is peace, let the hostility cease. Let the eagles and lions finally sit at the feast. From the Persian Gulf straight to the American shore. Let our generation be the one that finishes war. Put the guns in the dirt, let the healing begin. Because if we keep shooting, then nobody will win. But we're living in hell while the leaders are ringing the funeral bell. Love for the
America,
For the innocent soul.
don't let us
For the next in line.
lock his ass up.
Signing out.
Hey. Yeah, check the map, homie. We don't play. Never. Listen.
While the leaders are ringing the funeral bell, love for the people, but the system must see. From Tehran to DC, we're screaming for peace.
Now let's talk about Trump, the man painted in gold, tearing up the agreements, acting reckless and bold. Sanctions choking my people, couldn't get medicine in. Assassinated our general and you cheer for the win. You preach about morals, put the word on his back, but check the flight logs on Epstein, look at your tracks. Hanging out with the monsters, turning a blind eye while you tweet from your mansion and let innocents die. Your policies crushed us, tried to starve us to death, but our end is still breathing, we still got our breath. It's not you, America. It's the ones who lead you. Listen to my heart. I don't hate the Americans who are living in fear, to the working class people trying to make ends meet, to the students protesting, marching out on the street. We are one and the same, just trying to survive, just trying to keep our cultures and our families alive. I see you standing for justice, fighting the system of hate. It's your corrupt politicians that are sealing our fate. I say love to the citizens from coast to coast. You're victims of the same machine that hurts us the most. So I wrote this track to try to bridge the divide, to lay down the weapons, to swallow the pride. We don't need another missile, no more tactical strikes. We need conversations on what the future looks like. My purpose is peace, let the hostility cease. Let the eagles and lions finally sit at the feast. From the Persian Gulf straight to the American shore, let our generation be the one that finishes war. Put the guns in the dirt, let the healing begin, because if we keep shooting then nobody will win. Not for the leaders, but for the innocent souls, for the next in line, for us. Tehran, signing out.
America, don't let Donald Trump divide us. Lock his motherfucking ass up.
From the streets of Tehran to the avenues of DC, this isn't about hate, it's about the truth. I love your soul, America, but I can't stand your throne. Listen. Up in Tehran, but I'm wearing your brands. Listening to Wu-Tang while I'm washing my hands. Of the propaganda fed by the man in the suit. I love the fruit of your culture, just not the root of your foreign intervention. I grew up on your films, dreaming of NYC, the lights in the realms of freedom you preach. I love the jazz and the blues, but I hate how your leaders put my brothers on the news as a target, a number, a threat, and a folder. While we're just two kids getting older and colder. I love the land of the free, but not the man. I love the spirit of the street, not the height of your wall. Between your flag and my home, there's a bridge made of gold, but your leaders keep burning every story we've told. Yeah, I love the stars, but I I hate the stripes they draw on my
Lock his ass up.
But you lock the gate with sanctions that don't hit the elite. Only the blade of the mother and nice behind trying to buy bread. Your leaders aim for the ground but hit the worker instead. I love the American dream, the work and the rise, but you're saying it's maximum pressure is just slow motion demise. Medicine scarce and the currency's floor bound. How can I cheer for the eagle when it's pinning me down? I love your people's heart, their drive and their grit, but your White House pen, I got no love for it. I love the land of the free, but not the man in the hall. I love the spirit of the street, not the height of your wall. Between your flag and my home, there's a bridge made of gold, but your leaders keep burning every story we've told. Let's open the books, let's go back to the source. Before the hostage crisis in the cycle of force. Remember 53, Mossadegh and the coup. Your leaders broke our democracy before it was new. I love the way the people written on your scroll. But your CIA played a different kind of role. You install a king, then you act all surprised. When the fire you started burns right in your eyes. I love the Constitution, the way it was meant.
America.
But not the way your leaders bypass consent.
Let's lock his ass up.
Cali and friends in Detroit, where the hearts in the panic and look for gaps to exploit. They want us to hate.
From the streets of Tehran to the avenues of DC, this isn't about hate, it's about the truth. I love your soul, America, but I can't stand your throne. Listen. Listen. I wake up in Tehran, but I'm wearing your brands. Listening to Wu-Tang while I'm washing my hands. Of the propaganda fed by the man in the suit. I love the fruit of your culture, just not the root of your foreign intervention. I grew up on your films, dreaming of NYC, the lights in the realms of freedom you preach. I love the jazz and the blues, but I hate how your leaders put my brothers on the news as a target, a number, a threat, and a folder. While we're just two kids getting older and colder. I love the land of the free, but not the man in the halls. I love the spirit of the street, not the height of your walls. Between your flag and my home, there's a bridge made of gold, but your leaders keep burning every story we've told. Yeah, I love the stars, but I hate the stripes they draw on my skin. You talk about liberty, but you lock the gate with sanctions that don't hit the elite. Only the plate of the mother and nice behind trying to buy bread. Your leaders aim for the crown, but hit the worker instead. I love the American dream, the work in your rise, but you're saying it's maximum pressure is just slow motion demise. Medicine scarce and the currency's floor bound. How can I cheer for the eagle when it's pinning me down? I love your people's heart, their drive and their grit, but your White House pen, I got no love for it. I love the land of the free, but not the man in the hall. I love the spirit of the street, not the height of your wall. Between your flag and my home, there's a bridge made of gold, but your leaders keep burning every story we've told. Yeah, let's open the books, let's go back to the source. Before the hostage crisis in the cycle of force. Remember 53, Mossadegh and the coup. Your leaders broke our democracy before it was new. I love the way the people written on your scroll, but your CIA played a different kind of role. You install a king, then you act all surprised when the fire you started burns right in your eyes. I love the Constitution, the way it was meant, but not the way your leaders bypass consent. Yeah, I got cousins in Cali and friends in Detroit, where the hearts in the Pentagon look for gaps to exploit. They want us to hate, they want a wall made of glass, but we're both just the victims of a ruling class. I love your protest, the way you take to the street to tell your own leaders their lies are obsolete. We're fighting the same fight, just different skies, searching for truth in the forest of lies. I love the American soul, it's vibrant and deep, but your warmongering lobby makes the whole world weak. So this ain't a death to, it's a life to the core of a bridge built on art, not a vessel for war. Keep your drones in the hangar, keep your threats on the shelf. I love your land like I'm learning to love myself, but to the men in the high chairs, the brokers of pain, your legacy's rust and your profit is stain. I keep the hip-hop, the poets, the Pacific shore, but your imperial shadow, we don't want it no more. Yeah. Peace to the Bronx, peace to Shiraz. One world, two cages, time to break the bars.
Good evening. Welcome to the broadcast.
Another round, America.
So listen fast. This breaking
Put the
news
handcuffs
in
on.
DC, the White House has
And lock his motherfucking ass up.
Iran sent over a proposal on the table. The U.S. looked it over, said we are not able. The president stepped forward, spoken to the mic. He said that deal right there is not something I like. It's been approximately 60 days of tension. The Strait of Hormuz causing global apprehension. A ceasefire holding steady, but the talks have hit a wall. Iran submitted paperwork, the White House got the call. Pakistani mediators carried it across, handed it to Washington, delivered to the boss. The president read through it, set it on the desk, looked up at the cameras and addressed the press. He said, they want to make a deal, I know they do, but what they're asking for, I just can't follow through. They're coming to the table asking more than fair. I've already won this thing, so I'll just leave it there. Trump, what's wrong with time? They want to break. Neither side agreeing on the steps to take. The world is watching closely every move they make. One proposal rejected, now what's at stake? Not satisfied. That's what the White House said, not satisfied. Negotiations on a thread, 60 days of conflict, ceasefire holding thin. Everybody's waiting, who is gonna give in? Reporters gathered outside on the lawn, microphones extended from the early morn. The president described Iran's leadership today, said their government is fractured, going separate ways. They're very disjointed, that's the phrase he used. Multiple factions, nobody's views fused. One group wants to settle, another wants to fight. Makes it very difficult to get the terms just right. Meanwhile, back in Tehran, officials held a meeting discussing what went wrong with their diplomatic greeting. The proposal that they sent was meant to open doors, but Washington responded, we are looking for more. Now over to our panel for analysis tonight. Let's break down exactly where this stands in the fight. The ceasefire is in place, but it is fragile at best. Both nations playing chess while the whole world gets stressed. The nuclear component sitting at the core. The Strait of Hormuz questions and a whole lot more. This isn't the old JCPOA deal from before. This is something new or something harder to restore. The New York Times reported, Reuters had it too, AP and The Guardian, CBS News came through, Al Jazeera covered it, The Washington Post as well. Every single outlet had the story to tell, consistent across the board, no disputing the facts. Iran need a proposal, Trump said not quite relaxed. The Fox News clip confirmed it, Bill Maloogian on the ground. The White House made a statement and the statement went around.
America, don't let them divide us. Lock his ass up.
As a diplomatic game, tomorrow brings another day and another news campaign. That's our report for this evening. Stay tuned for updates. Live.
Good evening. Welcome to the broadcast. We're coming to you live, so listen fast. There's breaking news from Washington, D.C. The White House has an update. Let's see what it could be. Iran sent over a proposal on the table. The U.S. looked it over, said we are not able. The president stepped forward, spoken to the mic. He said that deal right there is not something I like. It's been approximately 60 days of tension. The Strait of Hormuz causing global apprehension. A ceasefire holding steady, but the talks have hit a wall. Iran submitted paperwork, the White House got the call. Pakistani mediators carried it across, handed it to Washington, delivered to the boss. The president read through it, set it on the desk, looked up at the cameras and addressed the press. He said, they want to make a deal, I know they do, but what they're asking for, I just can't follow through. They're coming to the table asking more than fair. I've already won this thing, so I'll just leave it there.
Trump wants stronger terms, Iran wants a break. Neither side agreeing on the steps to take. The world is watching closely every move they make. One proposal
That's what the White House said, not satisfied. Negotiations on a thread, 60 days of conflict, ceasefire holding thin. Everybody's waiting, who is gonna give in? Reporters gathered outside on the lawn, microphones extended from the early morn. The president described Iran's leadership today, said their government is fractured, going separate ways. They're very disjointed, that's the phrase he used. Multiple factions, nobody's views fused. One group wants to settle, another wants to fight. Makes it very difficult to get the terms just right. Meanwhile, back in Tehran, officials held a meeting discussing what went wrong with their diplomatic greeting. The proposal that they sent was meant to open doors, but Washington responded, we are looking for more. Now over to our panel for analysis tonight. Let's break down exactly where this stands in the fight. The ceasefire is in place, but it is fragile at best. Both nations playing chess while the whole world gets stressed. The nuclear component sitting at the core. The Strait of Hormuz questions and a whole lot more. This isn't the old JCPOA deal from before. This is something newer, something harder to restore. The New York Times reported, Reuters had it too, AP and The Guardian, CBS News came through, Al Jazeera covered it, The Washington Post as well. Every single outlet had the story to tell, consistent across the board, no disputing the facts. Iran need a proposal, Trump said not quite relaxed. The Fox News clip confirmed it, Bill Malugin on the ground. The White House made their statement and the statement went around. No agreement reached yet, talks are stalled right now. Both sides want a resolution, but they're fighting over how the world keeps holding its breath. As this diplomatic game tomorrow brings another day and another news campaign. That's our report for this evening. Stay tuned for updates, live. The situation's fluid, something's got to give. 60 days and counting, no final deal in sight. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.